Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our English learning podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of us deal with every day: social media addiction. Do you spend a lot of time on Instagram, Facebook, or other social platforms? Have you ever wondered if it's becoming a little too much? Don't worry, you're not alone. By the end of this episode, we'll talk about how social media can impact our lives, both the good and the bad. And you might start thinking about your own habits. So, let's get started.
Hey Judy, how are you today?
Hey Emily, I'm doing fine, thanks. How about you?
I'm good. But I've been thinking a lot lately about social media. How much time do you spend on it?
Oh, wow. Too much, probably. I spend hours every day scrolling through Instagram and TikTok. It's hard to stop once I start. How about you?
Same here. I start by just wanting to check a few things, and before I know it, an hour or more has passed. It's kind of crazy how much time we spend on social media, right?
Totally. It's like a routine now. I wake up and the first thing I do is check my phone. I think it's starting to become an addiction.
I know what you mean. I've noticed it's affecting other parts of my life, like when I should be focusing on work or studying, but instead I'm busy looking at random posts online.
Exactly. And I've noticed that it's not just about entertainment anymore. It feels like I have to check social media to stay updated on what everyone else is doing, even if I'm not that interested.
Right. I don't even know why I care so much about what other people are posting. And do you know Anna?
Yes, of course. How's she doing?
Well, she recently failed one of her exams. I was really surprised because she's usually so good with her studies.
Oh no, that's unexpected. What happened? Was she not prepared?
It turns out she was spending too much time on social media. She's always posting pictures and chatting with friends online, and I think it got in the way of her studying.
That's unfortunate. I can see how that happens, though. Social media can be really distracting when you need to focus.
Yeah, it's sad. And it's not just students who are affected. I feel like everyone is getting more and more addicted to their phones these days.
You're right. It's like we've forgotten how to spend time without checking our phones every few minutes.
Exactly. I've been thinking a lot about this lately. What do we even get from scrolling through social media for hours?
Honestly, not much. Sure, there are some fun posts, but at the end of the day, it's mostly just a waste of time. It doesn't really add anything valuable to my life.
I feel the same way. I think we need to find a way to use social media in a healthier, more positive way.
Definitely. I've actually started following accounts that inspire me or teach me something new. It's a small step, but it's helping me focus on better content instead of just mindlessly scrolling.
That's a great idea. I should try doing that too. Instead of following accounts that just show random stuff, I could follow things that help me learn or improve in some way.
Exactly. And I've also been trying to limit my time on social media. I set a time limit on my phone. Once I reach that limit, I make myself stop.
Wow, that's smart. How much time do you allow yourself?
I try to stick to an hour a day, which is still a lot, but it's much better than spending 3 or 4 hours online without realizing it.
That's impressive. I need to do something similar. I think I spend way more than an hour a day on social media without even thinking about it.
It's so easy to lose track of time when you're online. Sometimes I don't even know what I was doing for all that time, just clicking from one post to the next.
Yes, it's like a rabbit hole. You start with one thing, and then it leads to another, and before you know it, you've wasted half your day.
I know. And the worst part is, I feel tired and unproductive afterward, like I didn't accomplish anything. Do you ever feel that way?
Absolutely. It's like I know I could have used my time better, but I just couldn't stop myself from scrolling. It makes me feel guilty sometimes.
I totally get that. But don't be too hard on yourself. It's something a lot of people are struggling with right now, especially with all the time we spend online for work or school.
That's true. It's harder to find a balance because we are always connected to the internet for so many things. But I think we need to make an effort to spend less time on social media, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. Maybe we can take breaks from social media, like for a weekend or a whole week.
That's a great idea. I've heard people call it a social media detox. It sounds like something we all need to do once in a while.
Exactly. It's not about quitting social media entirely, but taking a break to refresh and focus on other things, like hobbies or spending time with family.
Yes, I used to read books and go for walks, but now I spend that time on my phone instead. I want to get back to doing those things again.
Same here. I miss the days when I didn't feel the need to check my phone every few minutes. It would be nice to disconnect a little and enjoy real life more.
Agreed. Maybe we should start a challenge, like a social media detox challenge with our friends. We can all try to spend less time online and share what we do instead.
I love that idea. We can support each other and find new, fun things to do. Plus, it might inspire others to join in too.
Yes, we can make it fun, like finding new hobbies or doing creative activities instead of scrolling through our feeds.
That sounds perfect. We can even set goals for ourselves, like learning something new or spending more time outside.
Exactly. And maybe we'll realize that we don't need social media as much as we think we do.
For sure. It's all about finding balance. Social media can be great, but we just have to be mindful of how we are using it.
I couldn't agree more. Let's do it. I'm excited to see how much better I'll feel with less time on social media.
Me too. It will be a fun and positive change. Let's start this social media detox together and see how it goes. Now that we have talked about social media addiction, let's explore some important words related to our topic.
Yes, these words will help you understand more about social media. We'll explain each word, and then we will share some fun examples.
Sounds great, Emily. Let's start with our first word, social media. Social media refers to apps like Instagram and Facebook where people share pictures and messages. Can you give me an example?
Sure, I use social media every day to see what my friends are doing. Now, Judy, let's move on to the word scrolling. Scrolling means moving up or down on your phone to see more pictures or messages. Can you use it in a sentence?
Of course. I was scrolling on Instagram for an hour last night. Next, let's talk about the word addiction. Addiction is when you can't stop doing something, even if you should stop. What's your example, Emily?
Oh, that's easy. I think I have an addiction to my phone because I use it all the time. Now it's time for distracting. This word describes something that stops you from focusing on what you should be doing. Can you use it in a sentence, Rudy?
Yes. Social media is distracting me from my homework. Let's go to update now. An update is new information about someone or something. Can you give me an example, Emily?
Sure. I check Instagram to see updates from my friends. Now, let's talk about the word post. A post is a picture or message you share online. Can you use it in a sentence, Rudy?
Yes, she made a post about her vacation on Facebook. Next is detox. Detox means taking a break from something to feel better. What's your example, Emily?
I need a social media detox to spend less time on my phone. Now let's discuss balance. Balance means doing a little of everything, not too much or too little. Can you give us an example, Judy?
Sure. Mm, I need a better balance between using my phone and studying. Let's move on to rabbit hole. A rabbit hole describes when one thing makes you keep looking at more things for a long time. What's your example, Emily?
I went down a rabbit hole and spent 2 hours on TikTok. Finally, let's talk about mindlessly. This word means doing something without thinking. Can you provide an example, Judy?
Yes, I was mindlessly scrolling through my phone before bed.
That was a great list of words related to social media addiction.
Yes, I learned a lot, and I hope our listeners did too.
So, stay tuned. Until next time, keep learning and practicing your English.
Goodbye, everyone.